Hi there, this is Satish Nagpal. I am in the process of uncovering everything about digital transformation. So, digital, as such, there is no standard definition of digital transformation. So, I'm going to share what I have learned so far. So, digital transformation is all about leveraging the technology to fundamentally transform your business. And the goal could be anything from introducing new product or services, enhancing the user experience, increase the user productivity, increase the profit margin, or bring the operational efficiency to respond to your competition, or maybe introducing a new business model, or your business have identified that there is a threat from the competition or from a new startup. So the goal of the digital transformation could be anything. I have identified there are five key domains which can help you to put together your digital transformation strategy, which is the people, process, data, technology, customer. So before I walk you through each of this domain, I would like to share an example of a company, how they are able to transform the overall customer experience. For instance, Disney. Disney, what they've done is they have introduced something called Magic Band. So it's just a band which you pre-order before you visit the theme park, and that will allow you to, kind of just a check-in into a theme park by just, rather than having the using the manual paper-based ticket. It will allow you to make any kind of purchase inside the theme park, order the food at restaurant, access your hotel's key, and so on. So think about in terms of overall experience they were able to improve. When you are ordering your band, you create your profile, right, and you put your food preference. For instance, if you are vegan or if you have a certain dietary restriction. And when you visit the theme park, you go to any of the restaurants, and before you and when you make certain order at the hotel folks, they already know what kind of dietary restriction you have, or if you have any allergy. So if you think about end-to-end experience, how they are able to transform the user experience by leveraging technology. So now let's talk about each of domain. Let's look at the people domain first. So when you are forming your strategy, it is important that you identify the key people who are going to lead this entire effort. In this domain, you ask yourself, do we have a right people who can define and execute the strategy? Do we have a right skill set, or we need to bring the subject matter expertise from outsides? Do we have resources availability? How much time and effort the team is going to invest in order to form and implement the overall strategy? Are they going to be investing their 100% of time, or they are going to be just partially involved, right? Now, who are the people from the organization will be part of the team? So in the people domain, you look at all these aspects. So now let's talk about process domain. Once you have formed your team, it is very important that from the beginning you have very clearly identified the process, that how does the overall idea sourcing will look like, how you are going to engage your customer, partners, your internal team to collect the input, how each of this input is going to be captured, what kind of selection criteria you are going to use in order to identify certain strategies or initiative to work upon, who will be the part of the decision making process, and so on. So as you can see, at the beginning, having some sort of a process will help each team member to understand what are the various steps they have to go through in order to not only just capture the new ideas or the new initiatives, but also reach at the point where you can act upon. Now let's talk about the technology domain. So you have formed your team, you have clearly defined your processes, and you have identified certain strategies or initiative to act upon. and and then you need a technology which will help you to kind of make it happen. So in this domain, you ask, do we have a technology which will enable us to implement the changes which we are trying to make? What's a new technology available in market which you can leverage? So for instance, bot, artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotic process automation, and then from the public cloud such as Google, AWS, Microsoft Azure, they also constantly evolve and add the new feature. So in technology domain, you look for that, what technology available out there which you can take the advantage of to kind of transform your certain business processes, or enhance the user experience, or maybe leverage in order to cut the certain your operational cost. So in data domain, you look into it, the various aspects of data. There is no shortage of data at all. The biggest question is, what are you going to do to make most of this data? How you can take this data and transform into a valuable information, so which can help you to answer certain questions. So for instance, what type of data or information do we have which will help you to understand, to address the customer unmet need? What different data sources we are going to generate. So for instance, what kind of data we can generate from a mobile application or from website, and so on. How these data is going to help us to understand the customer behavior, or maybe we can enhance the overall customer experience. Essentially, you have so many data, kind of sources of the data, but overall the strategy involves that understanding the data you are getting out of various sources, right, and the forming the strategy which will help you to ultimately achieve your business goal. So in customer domain, you think about in terms of customer. Ultimately, every digital transformation is going to begin and end with the customer. In this domain, you ask, how can we acquire deep understanding of our customer requirements and the need? How can we engage the customer with a new product and the services? How are you trying to address the? Are you trying to add the new value to the customer, or enhance the overall user experience? How can you provide your customers an omni-channel experience, and so on? So in this particular domain, you wear the customer hat and try to analyze everything in terms of customer perspective. So I hope this information help you to at least get started with your digital transformation strategy. Thank you. See you next time.